Welcome to Groups this week. As a church, we exist to help all people become fully devoted followers of Jesus. And we believe doing life together is a crucial part of that journey. Now, during this time, we're going to unpack and dig deeper into the sermon we've heard this past week. Let's dive in as we continue to grow in our faith, knowledge, and love of Jesus together.
All right, welcome to the Community Group Discussion Guide. This week we are going through Luke chapter 6, verses 17 through, where are we ending?
26.
26, 17 through 26. This is where Luke is talking about Jesus giving basically a Sermon on the Mount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not the famous one though, the one in Matthew.
No.
So how is this one different than that one?
Well, actually, so it's interesting, Ethan. It's not the Sermon on the Mount.
Okay.
It's the Sermon on the Plain. Sermon on the Plain. Okay. And like, because you can see it in the text here, right? It says, he's surrounded by many followers, and they went to a large level area.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Level area. And so it's like, it's a lot of times we just go, oh, it's the Sermon on the Mount, just like Luke's version.
Yeah.
But Luke is, for some reason, emphasizing this level area. And so to me, I feel that Luke is saying this was a different sermon. Than
Similar talking points, but different place.
Totally.
Yeah,
and there is like a number of differences. Like if you were to go to Matthew's gospel and look at the Sermon on the Mount, similarities but difference. Like he'll talk about blessed are the poor in spirit, or like blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. And so he, like Matthew, in some ways almost spiritualizes the statements.
Yeah.
Whereas Luke, it's really earthy. It's just like, God blesses those who are poor. Blessed are those who are hungry. Blessed are those who are weak. Blessed are those who are hated. Like they're more earthy, more humanized, more just like
practical.
Practical. Yeah, exactly. Which, and this is some major differences. Couple others being like, Matthew has 9 kind of these statements that he makes, where Luke, in Luke's version of this sermon, or this alternative sermon that Jesus is preaching on the plain, he mentions 4, and then it's also matched by 4 woes. So it's 4 blessed statements, 4 woes or warnings.
So he's doing something different than what Matthew was.
For sure. And so, not a different message. Like it's not alternative or contradictory.
Sure,
right? But Jesus is, at least in this sermon, trying to emphasize something different.
Yeah, same material but different focus.
Exactly.
Okay,
it's
cool.
like you're a middle school youth pastor. It's like you could do the same sermon for adults and then for middle school. It's going to be the same message, but there's going to be a different emphasis because of your audience.
That's good.
And I think that's what's happening here, because we see at the beginning of our passage, the audience is the disciples, so like the apostles that we preached about last week. They've come with Jesus, many of his followers, and then the crowds. And then in those crowds, it's showcasing the types of people who have come, like basically people who have come to hear him, people who are looking for healing, and people who are looking for like basically to be set free from demonization and those kind of things. And everyone's trying to get at him and touch him so that they can get some of his power and be healed. And it's in that context, on the plain, that Jesus starts to bring this message.
Yeah, it's a different crowd that needs more practical needs, and so he's catering his sermon towards that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's really, it's unique in that way, definitely.
Yeah, cool. So the classic with the Sermon on the Mount in both Luke and Matthew, Jesus is saying these things about these people who are blessed. He talks about these people being blessed, people who are hated, people who are poor, people who are hungry. And this is like clearly, if you think about it, it's like, well, no, like, they're not blessed. No. In fact, it almost feels like God has forsaken these people.
Totally.
Because they're lacking all of these things.
Yeah.
So why would Jesus say these things in the first place?
Yeah, things are being flipped here, right? Like the people who we think have status and are blessed are now being declared that they're receiving warning. And the people we think who are in woe are actually the ones God is declaring through Jesus' sermon to be blessed. Now, this word blessed, if you dig into like the scriptures and commentaries, there's no consensus on what it means. There's no consensus.
Because there's no like English counterpart or
yeah,
anything?
the English translation, it's just hard to come by when it comes to this word blessed. It's the Greek word makarios. It's the Hebrew word ashrei. And makarios, some people have been like, oh, like maybe older translations, you'll remember them being like happy. Happy are those who are poor. Happy are those who are hungry, right? Yeah. Some have said the fortunate ones are those who are poor. Tim Mackey, who I know you're a fan of, he'll say,
That's good.
The good life.
The good life belongs to.
Yeah, or he'll say, how good is life? Actually, that's his exact translation. How good is life for those who are poor and hungry and are hated?
Yeah.
And I struggled with him actually on this, just like discussing it, going like, are you sure? Okay, so let's just name it. There's a lot of different ways to frame this word blessed. I do like Darrell Johnson. He says in sync. He says in sync are the poor, for theirs is the kingdom of God. In sync, and here's what he means. That those who are poor, those who are hungry, those who are hated, they, in many cases, if they're following Jesus, they are in sync with God and in sync with his kingdom, because the kingdom that he's coming to bring is very different than the kingdoms of this world. And so he's saying, if you are poor, you have been told to believe that you are out of sync with the Creator. You are out of sync with God, and that you're cursed.
Yeah.
You're cursed.
Yeah.
You're the lowest of low. You've done something to displease God. You do not have his favor. He is not with you. And Jesus, now looking at this crowd, it's this mic drop, because there's people in the vicinity who are wealthy, who do have it all together, who don't go hungry. And he's saying, actually, you're the ones I'm warning. And these people over here who are actually poor and hungry and hated, you're the ones who are actually in sync with my kingdom ways, which is, it's just, so hard to wrap your mind around.
Yeah, it's so good.
And why? Because actually to be poor is to have a recognition of your need. And those who have a recognition of their need, like I'm at the end of myself, I need God. And sometimes wealth and material things, and we know this, I don't think we consider ourselves poor, you know?
We're so blessed.
Totally. Where it gets in the way. It sometimes gets in the way when we have no need.
Yeah.
We don't realize our need for God. So he's like, listen, you're in sync. Why? Because if you're poor, you recognize your need for God, and I want you to let you know, yours is the kingdom. Yeah. Right? Yours is the kingdom. Good. You're hungry. I want you to realize something right now. You recognize, I need God to sustain me. You will be satisfied. Yeah. You weep. Don't worry. Laughter is on its way. Like joy is on its way. You know. So and so, anyways, yeah. But it challenges us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's backwards, right?
Totally.
You have to live out of this need.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's why it's an alternative vision for reality, for society. Like Jesus now is beginning to, through his preaching, say, my followers and my ways are different than the world. It's the great reversal. It's the upside down kingdom. And it's going to look really different than what the world is telling you it looks like to win. Yeah. To be fortunate, to be in sync with God, right? And I think that challenges us big time. Yeah. Big time.
Cool. Well, I think that's plenty of stuff to chew on.
Definitely.
Lots of challenging stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, enjoy your discussion. See you guys.
See ya.
Hope you enjoyed the teaching today. If you're wanting to follow along with the community group's discussion guide with your group, you can head to cachurch.ca/media, where you can find the discussion guide. Not only are there questions there related to the sermon, but there's also prayer prompts that relate to the passage or the topic that we were talking about, and practices that you can, on an individual level or a group level, begin integrating into your life to not only bring the knowledge into your mind, but to begin living it out.